stuff, our lives, and our time, our stuff, and our lives.
Cause and effect. It's the last stamp we have but can't find, the trivial lick, the all-important mail drop ruined. It's less than a minute late out the front door that causes us to miss the train. Yes, there is another one, but the timing has changed everything. It's our power of reasoning that is out of sync because of some headache that chose the worst time to swing its hammer in our temple. It's the wasp that picks up speed to fly in the front door as we open it and decides to attack because we've invaded its space. It's the idea that can't wait when the doorbell rings. The thought packs up and leaves like an unsatisfied lover who doesn't even pretend to go out for ice cream.
When the timing is wrong, love can melt like ice cream or chocolate.
What we both wanted was sex and chocolate. What you said was, how about some chocolate? What I didn't say, but only thought was, you got it backwards. Sex first. But what I said was, okay, let's have some chocolate. We shared the chocolate, and now, in the sweet afterglow of that confection, you mumble something about sex. But somewhere in the delicious depths of your brown eyes, I see what a tough act chocolate is to follow. Melting. All that I can say is, how about another chocolate?
Sometimes you don't even get the chocolate.
Kate, it was right in the middle of a party, my house people, speakered with loud music, bolstered with alcohol, the kind of celebration that story shocks walls. I was tying trash bags. Kate was washing the dishes, when suddenly she looked at me. I thought you were about to kiss the back of my neck, she whispered. Too surprised to reply, let alone kiss, I turned to the stinky, dark green bags. She turned to the gurgling porcelain. There was no chance to rescue the sinking moment, and she will never know how badly I wanted it back.
You've got to think fast or you'll miss your chance. Here's a guy who thinks very slowly.
Second thoughts about the thinker. The thinker is a great sculptor, but not a great thinker. He's a hard thinker, I'll grant him that much. It's a mass of unbroken concentration. Sitting naked on his rock like a writer with a block. Rodin concocted this icon of cognitive constipation. He got this bronze blockhead, produced this paragon of artificial stupidity. Not that we didn't already have enough of the real thing, but since 1919, the thinker has been sitting on his ass on that rock, and his mind hasn't formed a bit more insight than his ass or the rock. Just like a man.
While we're on the subject of artwork and at the Manioc Roxborough Art Center,
On Claude Monet's Japanese footbridge and water lily pool, ethereal mist, light sparks water, phantasm in the play of the sun through the overhanging branches, the leaves burst right from the sun for escape, yet unable to break from the verdant greens and dappled surface, the ideal pink to fuchsia lilies with dove petals that hold all in its grasp. No, the bridge is the tether, the vaulting arch that keeps all suspended between above and below, yet is deliciously fluid, sparkling, the point from which all will be viewed just out of reach, can't touch the unspoiled lilies or their
let's not forget the satisfying madness of that master of the surreal image named McRae. Who else would have thought to have a train come out of a fireplace?
Time transfixed. I watched the clock on the mantel above the square walls of the fireplace, cocked my ear, waited for the sound of the distant whistle. Wait, is that it? Yes, I hear it again, and the steam erupts in a great sigh of smoke, the double E running right across the empty living room. That ghost train at the exact same time, every day, speeding across space, trackless, stationless, empty.
All aboard?
Anita rides the rails. It's New Year's Eve. The train is packed solid. So many sardines wedged with no hope of oil to smooth their trip. My oversized bag is on the seat next to me. A girl tells her boyfriend, "Take that seat," points to my bag, but he moves on. A woman in a red coat passes or tries to. I tug at her sleeve, offer the seat if she can fit in with my bag. She gratefully accepts. She is Anita, glad to be sitting down all the way to Penn Station, as others less fortunate are standing for the trip from Trenton to New York. We talk the way people do when they know they will never meet again, about our New Year's plans, how she is meeting her friends and I mine, how very crowded this train is, how bitter the wind is outside, how each of us nearly missed our train quite separately. As they broadcast the stops in garbled squawks, we are sharing work histories, life histories, dreams, hopes for the future, and each slant call brings us closer to the end of our camaraderie. But we are caught up in the reverie building around us. Now is not the time for mourning loss, but for looking forward. When we arrive at the station, Anita offers to help me hold my bag, and I decline, wanting to remember an enjoyable ride with a fellow passenger, and nothing more.
You were like a one-way friend.
I'm a one-way kind of guy, too. I don't buy round-trip tickets. It doesn't make sense to me to spend nearly twice as much just to end up where I started. I'd rather take a one-way ride and leave my options open. Round-trip tickets are for people who make plans. I don't. I've seen too many plans go awry. And I'll take the unpredictability of life and leave you to whatever security you derive from round-trip tickets and stale cliches like the one about home being where the heart is. You know your heart is entirely portable. You take it everywhere you go. You don't leave home without it, and you don't come home to be where your heart is. You come home to be where your things are. But I need my things, you'll whine. But you don't need your things nearly so much as your things need you. The plants need watering, the bed needs making, the dishes need washing. Face it, home is where the drudgery is. Home is where you go by default, particularly if you buy round-trip tickets. Try a one-way ride. Then if you end up going back home, at least you'll know you had a choice. You'll know you went home because you wanted to go home badly enough to buy another one-way ticket to get there. And you won't be there just to service your things. You'll be home because that's where you decided to take your heart.
Take your heart with you or lose it at Blood Station.
Blood Station. At Blood Station, there are no train schedules, no ticket counters or vending machines for a hot coffee in winter or a cold cola in summer. At Blood Station, there always seems to be more trains on the other side of the tracks, more possibilities of somewhere else. At Blood Station, you never notice the crowds or the train wrecks, only your own stupid bleeding that splats crimson circles upon yesterday's newspaper, and you keep peering the distance for an oncoming bright light.
Looks like we've come to a dead end. That's how it goes. Sudden death. Come on that fast.
Silencing the voice. This is for my sister. I'm sorry. Silencing the voice. This is for my sister.
Should we turn down the air conditioning?
Maybe we should.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Let's not go with those. This is silly.
Split-second timing, the blink of an eye, forever changed a destiny. A moment before, a moment later, might have made all the difference. Green and 20, quick and reckless, and you just didn't think. You just didn't think. Where did she come from? Was she that glint of metal dancing across the windshield? The day they bury her, you turned 21. Your life is full of possibilities, but hers is over because you killed her, and you just didn't think. Gone is the mother, wife, sister, and friend, loved by many, killed by you. She didn't suffer. Pain is a legacy for family and friends. Left behind, pain is a legacy for families and friends left behind. A soft voice, silenced forever, because you didn't stop and you just didn't think. I love you, big sister.
Like the speed we don't feel until after the rush, and the dreams we don't know until we waken, and the sounds we don't notice until there's a hush, and the souls we don't love till they're taken.
At chapel. Empty except for the echo of his own silence, dreams float further out of reach of his tense fingertips which aimlessly clutch the air. Searching the chapel of his stained glass heart, he finds only darkness. Colors have faded to bed with the sunlight tucked and turned away by each night. Wandering the bell tower of his soul, the remembered ringing is rusted silent of chime. Ghost of dead doves flap and flee, leaving their motionless bodies to the hunger of decay. His solemn spirit drifts up to the abandoned altar where he surrenders to the tomb of eternity, and the marble is so cold.
Enough of this sadness already. Little respect for the dead, someone said. Little respect for the dead. Well, little respect do the dead get from me. I admit it, I don't like dead people. Dead people are thoughtless, inconsiderate, and they have no sense of humor. They make poor company. Truly, as far as companions go, dead people absolutely stink. They won't lift a finger to help you, and confidentially, they aren't very bright either. I could go on and on about the dead, but I won't, out of respect.
After death, you may come back as something else, maybe an anteater.
What it is we do. The anteater doesn't give a damn who is watching it. It doesn't look anybody's way. It only stays focused on its objective, eating ants. It looks rather goofy with its long nose, sweeping the ground like a vacuum cleaner, and I wonder how many ants must it take to fill its rather long belly. I think that sometimes when we want something, we humans don't give a damn either. The things that makes us different from our wild friends, like compassion, sensitivity, and the right thing to do, are as empty as the anteater's belly. How much does it take to fulfill us?
Missy, how much does it take to fulfill a cat? Linus and Casper are two of Missy's well-fed pets.
Linus had been the queen of the house, with no subjects until Casper came home. Bared his belly to Linus, meowing his greeting beneath her outraged eyes. Casper looks to me for help.